Hello guys, it's Sunday, so here is your weekly dose of urban news. So, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and before we start, as always, a massive thanks to my awesome Patreon supporters and everyone else who keeps this going. In Melbourne, the first of 100 new G-Class trams being built by Alstom has begun carrying passengers. These trams, based on the Flexity 2 platform, feature a low floor, regenerative braking, more doors, and can accommodate over 150 passengers. They'll be introduced in phases, replacing Class Z and Class A trams, and are expected to allow for the phasing out of all high-floor trams by 2032. The new trams will initially run on lines 57 and 59, which connects the city center to West Maribyrnong and Airport West, respectively, as well as on the line 82 from Footscray to Munich. In total, Melbourne's tram network has a total track length of 250 kilometers, serving 24 lines, and is considered the largest in the world among currently operating networks. By the way, I have a quick question. Is there anyone among my viewers from the Polish city of Olsztyn who was involved in the restoration of the local tram network there and with whom I could talk about this? Swiss manufacturer Stadler has signed a contract with Via Rail Canada to supply 45 modern hybrid locomotives, which is the company's first contract in Canada. The new locomotives will be designed for operation on Via Rail's network and will be adapted to operate in harsh weather conditions, including temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius. They will also take into account operating experience in Sweden and Norway. They will combine a classic diesel-electric powertrain with a modern traction battery system and will be capable of speeds of up to 160 km per hour. The batteries are intended in particular to improve reliability and reduce noise levels when traveling through cities. Meanwhile, the Zurich City Council has approved the purchase of 20 new electric buses for the public transportation company VBZ. However, the city will buy them from new manufacturers as the existing buses have had reliability issues. Electric buses from previous suppliers, Hess, Switzerland, and MAN, Germany, frequently experience technical malfunctions and supply issues. Even after some time, the companies were unable to resolve these problems sufficiently to meet the needs of Zurich's public transit authority. As a result, over the past few weeks, Zurich's public transit operator has been using buses leased from other operators because its own fleet lacked sufficient functioning vehicles. So, city officials announced that a contract had been signed with Daimler Switzerland and Yutong France. The German company will supply 12 electric articulated buses, while the Chinese manufacturer will supply 8 standard 12-meter units. The total value of the purchase is 17 million Swiss francs. Munich's transport company MVG is trialing smaller buses that would allow the bus network to be adjusted more precisely to passengers' needs. Over the coming weeks, test buses including the Wisdom Motor Sigma 8, Wrightbus WB9 and the Solaris Urbino 9 will begin operating on the lines. These buses are 8 to 10 meters long and can accommodate about 50 to 60 passengers. They are especially well suited for serving residential areas where streets are narrow and the passenger flow doesn't justify the use of full-size buses. Meanwhile, in Dortmund, passengers are complaining about the new trams which have no air conditioning, causing them to become saunas on hot days. In fact, the transit company intentionally purchased new trams without air conditioning to reduce their cost, which saved about 70 million euros and lower energy consumption. But as a result, when temperatures exceed 30 degrees, the air inside the trams becomes especially stuffy, while summers are getting hotter and hotter. Instead of air conditioning, the trams use a passive approach consisting of special insulation and double-glazed windows. However, this approach is designed more for the winter when it helps reduce the energy needed to heat the passenger compartment, whereas in the heat it does nothing to cool the crowded and overheated interior, and as for me, it will actually make things worse. Some passengers are now wondering if they should take their children on the tram, which is a bad sign for a company that aims to encourage more people to switch to public transport. Also, some local politicians say that this approach is poorly aligned with the goal of encouraging residents to switch from private cars to trams. But at the same time, despite all the criticism, the transit operator plans to continue this policy. Its plans include purchasing 34 new vehicles and modernizing 64 existing ones, all without traditional air conditioning. By the way, it is quite ironic that the Green Party, which previously consistently called for achieving carbon neutrality, is now criticizing the decision to abandon the air conditioning system in trams. Zimbabwe has approved a project to build a light rail network in Harare at a cost of $3 billion. The project, consisting of 5 phases, will be implemented under a public-private partnership model, and according to reports, an unknown lead investor has allocated about $5 million to fund the detailed design. The first phase will connect the city center with the western suburbs of Kuvazana. The distance will be about 14 kilometers, depending on the final route, and the line will include elevated sections and a depot. The second phase will be about 30 kilometers long and will run south through Highfield to Chitungwiza, while the third phase will consist of a 20-kilometer line connecting the city center with the eastern suburbs. Phases 4 and 5 will add another 12 and 11 kilometers respectively. The network is expected to be operated using battery-powered trams charged by solar panels to avoid overhead electrification and reduce dependence on the national power grid. Construction of the entire network is scheduled to be completed within 5 years. Chinese manufacturer Yutong has delivered the first of 10 new 12-meter trolleybuses to the city of Urgench in western Uzbekistan. They are equipped with powerful traction batteries and air conditioning systems that will maintain a comfortable temperature even when the outside temperature exceeds 40 degrees Celsius. The city is served by an intercity trolleybus line about 33 kilometers long, leading to the ancient city of Khiva on the edge of the desert. Currently, the line is served by Škoda 24TR trolleybuses manufactured in 2013. The new vehicles are expected to make the service more attractive and will also allow the route to be extended to provide connections to the new Urgench railway station and the airport. Meanwhile, the first of 12 N700 ST series high-speed trains being built by the Hitachi-Toshiba consortium has been delivered to Taiwan. In 2023, Taiwan Railways signed a contract valued at $898 million for the delivery of 12-car trains based on the N700S series Shinkansen high-speed trains. Each train is about 300 meters long, can go as fast as 300 kilometers per hour, and will be equipped with a battery system to provide power in case of a power outage. The new fleet is scheduled to enter commercial service by the end of 2028. It will connect Nangang Station in Taipei with Zoijing Station in Kaohsiung. Meanwhile, Japan itself has selected one of 3 options developed to extend the Hokuriku Shinkansen line Tokyo-Tsuruga westward to Osaka. Japan's Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism estimates that construction of the 139-kilometer line, 34 of which will run underground, will cost 5.5 trillion yen and take 26 years to complete. The selected route will run through Obama to Kyoto and then on to Shin Osaka along the Tokaido Shinkansen line. A new underground station is planned to be built near the JR Katsuragawa station in Kyoto, approximately 5 km west of the JR Kyoto station. And that's all the news for this time. The links to the news sources, as usual, are in the video description, so thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.